Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guy here, high-profile player here in Toronto. Um, Everybody put the money that we wasn't going to get him because he's one of those guys tough to get, but we got him today, and we're so happy to get his information. A serious baller, somebody I really respect as a player, and his playing speaks for itself. And now, hopefully, he can retain all the accolades that he achieved in this interview. So maybe you could introduce yourself and give a little background from Jamaica.
Well, probably most guys recognize the face. Jimmy Lawson, based from Spanish Town, played for Thunderbolts, Division 1 team. Leading goal scorer there for about 4 years. Was a hard league. Was a high standard league. Came to Canada in 1980. And yeah, I'm still in Canada.
When you came to Canada, was there teams playing, and did you get involved in playing right away? Did you meet
No.
people from back and somebody got you involved in playing?
Well, I came here on a whim. It wasn't like a planned stuff. I just took up and came to Canada because of my cousin. So I didn't really come to play football as such. But when I got here, somebody met me in the subway because I had on a Thunderbolt shirt. And he recognized it and says, "Man, that's a team from Spanish Town." And I think that's where I started gravitate towards. Guy said, "You want to come play some ball with some Jamaican guys?" And I think that's where it started.
Was that person a player?
I think he was a player. I don't want to call his name, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he was a player.
All right. So yesterday I was gathering that, seeing that you're a high-profile player, I was gathering that they tried to recruit you in a league. In talking to Lawrence Glenn, he saw you play, and he indicated it was right after you come from Jamaica, and they saw you play, and they were trying to recruit you. I think it was for Unity or some team, but you were playing in some either industrial or hotel league, as you indicated. So
I think it was a hotel league. Most of the hotels in the West End. I ended up playing for Constellation with, I think, Arthur Carr was the guy who was running the team. And I think that's where Lawrence saw me. But that's the league I played in. It was a hotel league.
So, well, your whole history here in Toronto is identified with magic. So could you tell us now how you got this magic hookup? I understand it's a whole complicated affair that seemed like only you could untangle, because you're mentioning that was an Antrim magic, and I was telling you that, okay, I saw magic from 83, and you can give us some real information, because apparently there's a lot of little spin-off and thing. It was in the 80s, going into the 80s. So maybe you can let us know how this magic came by and who you were with after that hotel league or whatever, and as far as your ball. And I think in covering that, we would also get a history of that part of the soccer here in Toronto.
Well, to be honest, I kind of spin my head and see where I was. Like, I think I started playing with Antrim in 84, 83, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But it started out whereas a bunch of guys see me play. And one of the guys was my buddy from Spanish Town, Winston Marshall. And those guys were affiliated to the guys at Antrim. And they told me, "You want to come play some soccer, man? Come by Antrim, blah, blah, blah." And that's where I ended up playing. But it was starting out as Antrim. That's my recollection.
Is Antrim is a unique name, or it has some feedback to back in Jamaica? Is there a relation to the Antrim in Jamaica, or it's just a name that they formed?
Again, I think that park was at Kennedy and somewhere. You see that park on the right side of 401 there?
Mm-hmm.
I think over there is called Antrim. And I think the guys used to play scrimmage over there and have a fun thing over there. And they just picked up the name Antrim.
Okay.
Because Patrick Simmet, Mello used to be part of it.
Yes, because in his interview, he mentioned Antrim and Smith, Skedron.
Patrick Simmet, Skedron. Those guys were part of it. And that's where I think I started playing. And it was just recreation. It was just a fun thing.
So if that is the formation of the Magic, I think earlier you was mentioning that you had pieces coming in, players coming in from different places. You recall where the divers or where, because around Magic time, you had a lot of teams like Science, you had, as you mentioned, Blacktivity, you had Mobile United, you know, and in talking to Cheryl, she mentioned that Diver probably played with Mobile at one time. So this looked like it was a lot of pieces coming together to form this Antrim into Magic.
Right. Well, the Antrim thing now, as far as I know, there was a team before, like you said, called Genesis. And Diver used to be part of it.
And Genesis also played on Flemington Park. So yes, people could tie the loose ends now.
Right. And then I think he said Genesis folded and they were looking for a team to play. And I think at that time, West Indies was also playing, right?
Yes.
And a bunch of guys went to West Indies. And you know, West Indies was a high profile team. They, I guess, couldn't make the team. So they came by Antrim. And that's where Diver and Barry and those guys come over and started to play. So I guess after a while, they wanted to go further. And the inception of Magic came in. I don't know how it came in, but they didn't want to drop the name Antrim. So then they compromised. And they said, why not call it Antrim Magic? And I think that's where it started.
Okay. When it was Antrim Magic, that evolved into just Magic,
Right.
Athletic, was all the pieces already together? And the reason why I'm asking that now, because if you were Antrim Magic based on Skedron and these guys and going to Magic Athletic, do you know what caused that either dropping the Antrim? Is it because they went in T&D and the Antrim location didn't really matter? Or are you aware of why the Antrim was dropped?
I think the guys who filter in start to take it a little bit more serious. And most of the guys who start to filter in now are real Magic guys. Because the Antrim guys, I guess they start to get old and they start to go to different teams. So the guys who come in now are mostly Magic guys. So they say, okay, why not just keep the name Magic?
Okay. And the Athletic, which I think I was asking someone before, the AC, which most people are SC or FC,
AC
football club, and Magic is AC, and I was getting because they had netball and everything else. You're aware of that's why the AC was there?
Yeah, because after a few years, we started to do a lot of stuff. Like Diver and Cheryl and a bunch of guys was like a community people. So it wasn't just football. They wanted to do a lot of stuff. We keep a little social here, a little this here. Like you said, netball. If you guys don't know, we end up doing even a sports day for kids and girlfriends, but that's way down. But they wanted to make it an athletic club in the sense that it's not a football thing.
Yeah. The support, putting those pieces, if we're talking Magic, we got to talk about that super support that Magic had. I think it's the biggest support we've seen in this community following a soccer team. Is that based on the social or the brand of ball? I know you used to make the crowd go a little tizzy, but is it because one of the things I liked about Magic when in the inception is the type of crowd and size of the support you guys had? How you guys put that together, is that an automatic thing?
I don't know. Honestly, a bunch of guys, we just talk a lot and we try to get out people at the games. Girlfriends, wives, family. That's how we started, and people started to gravitate to the team because it wasn't a rah-rah team. It was a bunch of nice guys. So you think families wants to come out and watch we play. So that's how it started coming. And then after the rivalry start, I think with you and West Indies, that's when a bunch of West Indian people start to come out now because it becomes another level.
Yes.
But I think we did a little bit more talking and inviting people out than probably most of the teams.
Yeah, that was really good for the community.
Yeah.
And I kept that in mind. That's why I ended up joining, as I told you guys already. It was always something to do, to join Magic and get into that, because again, as we see it in pro sport, that support gives you another adrenaline. And I could imagine with you doing your leg over wall and all this kind of madness you used to do and stuff, Jimmy's on the floor, So you're entertained now, you entered the rivalry, and what you thought of the rivalries and stuff, and what was the year in the career in TND that you remember the most in terms of, the because the other teams, there was a year where Iere, West Indies, and Magic were the top thing, and if I remember correctly, you came second by beating West Indies in the last game. Magic did. I have the clippings. So so this was a close thing when it comes to community, because it's the first time in the history that the three Caribbean West Indian teams actually were at the top.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember that year and what you thought about the teams, what you thought about playing against Irie and playing against West Indies. Is it a different flavor as a baller now? How you look at going up against these two teams?
West Indies, first of all, I talk about West Indies was a little bit an easier team to play because we kind of understand how the Jamaicans play. So we kind of a little bit easier for us to play, and we wanted to beat each other because most of the guys used to gravitate because they go to school together in Jamaica, so it's like a little bragging rights. So we want to beat them and they want to beat me. You understand? In terms of that level, I think the rivalry went another notch. With you guys, one of the hardest, island team I ever played against. You guys stick to the basic, but you were hard to break down, brother. You guys had two center backs there, man. We could never pass those two guys.
I think that was Ronald and Tolly.
Tolly and Victor was in that.
Yeah, Victor and Ronald.
Anything above your shoulder, boy, it's not yours.
Yeah, and that would make us an entity, because most of the time the Caribbean players don't really go with their head, and that's what the other teams used to have on the Caribbean teams.
But somebody told me a stats. You guys score more headers against us than most teams. That's what Barry told me when I called him last week. He said, Irish score more headers than us on we guys than any other team.
Barry's a stats guy or what?
Well, he's a guy who remember a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm saying you guys score because you guys were like tall, 6-footer guys.
Yeah. Yeah, they used to come down for corners and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, so you can relate to the height thing. But
yeah.
You guys were a tough team, man.
Yeah. Well, eventually, I came over to Magic. I felt it was, wanting to play with you, to be honest, wanting to play with good players. I missed out on Gary Bryant because he moved out. I remember talking to him when I was in Magic, and he said, Midget, you take too long. Wrong timing. It wasn't the best. If I remember correctly, we were doing extremely well until I left right at the halfway point, because again, I wasn't understanding the coach, God rest his soul, Kuma Blair, right?
Carson Blair.
Yeah. I remember the game on Highview, but we were undefeated in the first round. I don't know, we were undefeated, and I left right at the right at that point from Highview, and I left when we played Iere.
Well,
It was a game we played Iere, and it dropped 0-0, and it was a game where nobody understood why he pulled me. And
right.
with Gabby and these guys, there was a big sort of noise after the game. I don't know if you remember. They keep asking why.
But that guy had an issue.
Yes.
After you left, you're not the only. He did that to a good few players.
Yeah, the team fall apart because I looked at it, and the team, after undefeated in the first round, Magic came about 6th or something like that, or 5th, 6th in the league.
Yes. But you know what? That guy wasn't a coach. He played good soccer in Jamaica, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when he was here, I mean, I think he was with West Indies before. Good player. But he went downhill, and then I guess he tried to pick himself up, and somebody invited him to Magic to be the coach. But he knew nothing about coaching. He just wanted to play like how we used to play. And not every player can play like you when you used to play. You got different guys, different.
You guys know each other in Jamaica, or you have other people from here that you guys keep the blend sociable like that?
Well, bunch of guys from Jamaica, but like most West Indian people here, you know, like these guys, we try to reach out to all them people. So that's why you see the banquet is also, it's a good banquet. A lot of people show up. If you notice, some of the people who come to the banquet is not even people who follow the football.
Okay.
It's just people who know we are a West Indian team, and plus these guys are into music. Like Diver was a music guy. Frankie was a music guy. So these guys when they
think it had a little.
Telling you, Diver used to play good music. We used to go to his house sometimes on Friday night, all night. Them guys did play music, compare music. Frankie had a good set.
Oh, DJ.
Yeah.
Yes. I remember going to his house. Yes.
That thing used to gravitate, and people used to, through the music and through the party and stuff, they come to the banquet. So the banquet was not only for footballers, it was for everybody. It was not a social gathering. Okay.
So where is the club now in terms of functioning? Where is Magic now?
It's still there, but like a portion of the older guys starting to priorities change. So you have a few who's still there. I can mention a few. Randy.
Yeah.
Randy's trying to do his best. Major, they call him Major. Arvid Grant.
Yes.
He's still there trying to do his thing. But the banquet still goes on.
But I see the team playing down at Thompson Park in the Caribbean League, Masters League. Why I didn't see you? They say you just play up somewhere else or whatever.
I was going to say, Major, I don't want to get... All you think you and I...
No, that if we count the years, but this interview will go too long, so we don't want to go. We don't want to go with the age right now. But
Thompson Park used to be Masters League, and now like guys move on age-wise, and the league started a little bit get younger and younger. And I remember when we used to play, there was a guideline.
Yes.
Now you got guys 25, 26. And they some of them are cheating because they're not even 35 yet. So the league gets younger.
Yeah, they're trying to, I think they said they're trying to stamp that out. But that's what I wouldn't play, because the tackles are different. The whole sentiment to giving up position or being dribbled and stuff different. I mean, as an older guy, they might kick you down and stuff. And that's kind of, you don't want to be in no altercation and stuff at this age stuff. So yeah, you gotta stay away from the young guys when it comes to that.
But that league's supposed to be Masters League. So I mentioned to the guys then before that we tried it last year. Guys get older, guys move on. But for you to showcase them older guys, even if we come and play half an hour, you have a Masters section. And then you have the younger section, but somehow we never came to last year. They didn't have enough Masters team. But that's the way it's supposed to run right now.
So that's
So
the only competition Magic is in right now, which is our Masters League.
I no, I think they. I don't know if they play services or something. So I think they still play TND.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think they still play TND. Because I honestly I'm not sure. Even if they didn't last year, the year before they did.
Well, that would be good. That's good news, because right now, based on this exercise of doing the Caribbean history in the soccer here in Toronto, a lot of the organizations are kind of defunct, right?
Yeah.
And again, what we're finding out is the one that has the best social seem to be lasting the longest. So Magic, if you say there's a chance that they're playing in TND, I know for sure you have the veteran team at Thompson Park.
At Thompson Park, yes.
The last league, which not 2020 but 2019.
Right.
And that's why I asked for you. And they say they think you just be up another way because there was some league in Ajax or somewhere up there, or for Daly.
I think I was playing some under the tree league.
Yeah, okay. So because you don't want to get it too competitive. You don't want to be competitive.
No. I still can touch a ball, but it's not really necessary.
Yeah. So if they're playing, what role you have any function in the club?
No.
Official?
Never did.
No?
No. You know me already.
I'm not sure.
I kind of quiet, low-key guy.
Yeah.
You know, I help out where I can, you know, but to really be on a committee and stuff like that, no.
Yeah. Well, now that you're talking about knowing you, and going into this interview, I guess I'm gonna have to collect from a lot of people. The whole thing on the social media line was, "Midget, we wish you luck in getting Jimmy." Why would people say that? Why would people say that?
Yeah, they have a reason. Because imagine we keep stuff and I'll stay away, or you know, I'm not a part guy who after the game I'll hang around a lot because I'm just quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean anything. I'm easy to approach. I'm friendly. I play with a lot of teams with different cultures, and it's just me.
Okay. Well, in saying so, I was confident I was gonna get this because I know relationship and it's also about respect. You know, respecting each other, the gifts. You know, you as a good baller and stuff. And it was nice to have you, ladies and gentlemen. I got him to play for me on several occasions. He played for us in the Malvern League, which we won.
Yes, we won.
And we went on an indoor circuit to Kingston, and Jimmy overnight and stuff. I don't know how he get his passport stamp on that one, but it was nice having Jimmy staying with us and stuff, and we won the tournament. So Jimmy, what you think about that tournament and being around us, seeing that we were opposition for so long? Because I say I always find you a good player, and yes, you're quiet, and you know sometimes that's a good thing.
On your first suggestion with my wife,
yeah,
I know you don't want to tell anybody, but didn't you get a permission slip, sir?
No, I can't remember getting a permission slip because it's like Gary. I think once you came on Malvern and played for us, I think Colleen realized the atmosphere, and then Colleen ended up being built in because she was helping me with the family day and very assertive.
Yeah,
very helpful, you know. So I think Colleen also realized maybe where I'm coming from. So that's nothing wrong with that. They're getting that stamp of approval because you have to have somebody having your back anyways. You know,
football lady, man. She's a football lady.
You have to bother with them kind of chat, you know, because that thing getting you nowhere, you know.
Yeah.
So your meals, either coming from McDonald's or home. So you had to make a choice where you want your meals coming from, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but that tournament, Jimmy, was, you know, it was nice.
That was a good tournament, and it teach you a lot because when I used to play against you guys, it was a rivalry. And on the field, it was like, I don't know if I should say do or die, but we play hard. We want to win. But at the later stage, and I said, look at these guys. We're Trinidadians, Jamaicans, and there was a guy there, probably Frenchy. Remember Frenchy?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Like about 6, 7 different culture, and we enjoy each other company so much.
You remember Frenchy boy?
I would be a man.
I forget Cleo Frenchy. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, man.
Yeah,
Frenchy,
yeah.
man. We had a good time,
Yeah.
and there was no ego. We just went there to play and just have fun, and we won the tournament, man.
Yeah, it was nice to win with you too, you know. It was nice to win with you. Forget the
Nice
rest.
history,
You
brother.
been together, you know. That was nice. I had to bring the flames there.
Midget is a guy I always respect, man. You, Ronald, you know which other guy I saw a couple times too? Carlos.
Carlos got really solid on the spiritual side. Carlos is one of the young guys that I really, really admire. You know,
good player, man.
Yeah.
Very good player. But I honestly respect you guys, man. You had a good team, and your personality was very good.
Yeah. Well, likewise here, Jimmy. And I want to thank you for giving me the time. As everybody else, I want to find out how you're doing with the COVID, because I realize you're out there steady.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver. I don't know if I should say the company.
No, we don't need the company.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver. I'm on the road from 5 in the morning, 4 till 9:30 at night. But it's stressful sometimes, but in the back of my head, I'm doing a service.
Yeah, but you're keeping safe though.
Yeah, man, we do our thing. We are well prepared, all the equipment, and we do the necessary. They say wash your hands and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And in the building, they, I wouldn't say went overboard, but there's a lot of stuff happening in the building for safety.
Yeah.
So they're doing their thing.
Well, it have no such a thing as overboard. There's only one overboard, and it's down
below.
Yeah. It's down below.
You don't come back.
No.
Yeah, but I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Hope you're and the family okay.
Yeah, everybody okay. Right. And we couldn't have the barbecue again because you see the COVID and everything else. But you're always invited. You and Colleen always invited. Anything I have in, you're always invited. You
can't invite me though, because I know your house number. So
yeah. Because you passed that test. I can't say that for everybody. The general public can't say that they invited, but because I'm very particular with them thing, and you passed that test with flying colors.
That barbecue was a good barbecue, man. Lots of friends and reminisce,
Yeah.
So, a lot of guys have a hand in everything we do, So sometimes you can't mention there are too many names.
Yes.
Too many people interview, but you know who they are. And,
No, I can't. You can, you have to take the people who are going to maintain the standard that we want.
Yeah.
Quorum and everything else. So again, Jimmy, thanks for giving me the interview and all the information. And that magic information is very important because now you mentioned Genesis, and mobile, and these names are already on file, but now to have somebody mentioning them, right? Because I know Bunny, which is
Donovan Minot.
Donovan Minot. He came in with golden arrows, and he had around you guys. He was with. We didn't cover couple of things I want to cover that we didn't cover. Iere tournament.
Okay.
What about Iere tournament? Did you play in Iere tournament?
I played in I think 2. I remember one at Lamport when we had I think you had about 2 or 3 international teams came up at Lamport. I remember scoring a goal in one of those games. A wicked goal from outside, 40 yards out.
Yeah.
But we used to play, I think Jamaican Nats used to come up or something like that. And a team from Trinidad.
No. Team from Washington.
Washington Nats.
Washington and team from New York used to come.
Yeah, right.
I think New York dropped off by the time Lamport. They came maybe once or twice. So you played in Iere tournament, right?
Played in Iere tournament, yes.
What about the Flemington? That is some of the landmarks we have to cover now. So how did you play at Flemington?
Played for 1 year, and then I don't remember who I played on a spoiler. It wasn't Magic or anything. I think it was some other Upsetters or somebody I played for.
Could be Upsetters.
Yeah.
Upsetters.
Yeah. I just played for one season and
So
never.
Upsetters, that's fairly early then. That's but I remember inviting Magic for exhibition game and to play players, because to me I always try to bring in the outside influence, the feminine, to bring in good teams. And I remember bringing in Magic. That time I was really high on Magic. I didn't join the club yet. And we destroyed, I was surprised that we destroyed Magic. You remember we were talking about that, you know, players played Magic, and again, players is Victor and Ronald, and them again, you had was to deal with. And I was surprised how we destroyed Magic.
I don't think we were that organized that time.
No.
A bunch of guys. Bunch of guys were just playing just put a team together and start to play.
Yeah, but for Magic to take about 6, I mean, I was really, really surprised.
Yeah, we get spanking.
Yeah, you know.
And you don't have to rub it in, you know, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but you see,
but it was a bad thing.
in all the interviews, we have to get in the community tournaments. Because you see, at the end of the day, TND mightn't do anything, or OSL mightn't do anything for you. We still need something within.
Yes.
As I'm saying, that Thompson Park is not enough.
But you see, the same thing happened at Thompson Park, right? When you have a league, you have to run it like a league. And then when you do, you can't be lenient to some people, and rules have to be made.
Mm-hmm.
And then people come and try to break it, and then, you know, now it's going to be hard for us to even do a next league, because people are looking at us different.
That's right.
You remember the one at Birchmount where we played it?
Yes.
We used to be there, and guys just set rules and says, I mean, I don't want to ever should say anything here, but we used to do some stuff like socializing stuff.
That's right.
And the guy says, okay, keep it in a corner, blah, blah, blah. We don't do that. And then, you know, next thing you know, we're going to probably lose the field or lose the park or something like that. While the others, like the guys, the Scottish guys and non guys, they have a league, and they run it to a T because they want to play there next year.
That's right. And that's what I was telling somebody, even down at Thompson Park, you see the baseball playing there. And at the end of the day, what you might find is that league might have to relocate, and there's baseball and everything would stay there. Because they are structured and they're doing, you know what I mean? When they finish there, they probably leave that venue and go somewhere else.
There you go.
So they don't lose that permit or whatever it is, you know? And it's a flavor all people like, but we can't be having that flavor that letting us down all the time. We have to figure it out. It is one of the things the society here, they stigmatize us with. But it's one of the things that we like. So we have to find some happy medium to make sure we can coexist in the system.
But it's tough, you know, because of our culture, you know, midget. Our culture is a fun culture. So, you know, it's a line. Stuff.
No, but I find it's good until it starts to get big. And people don't tell the people that coming in, this is how it go. Yeah. Nobody feels it's their responsibility to say, yo, you can't do that or put that in a bag, or you understand what I'm saying?
No more control. It's too big now.
No, and so the bigger you get, is the more chances are to lose it. And you know, we like things big. We like crowd. If it is crowd, if it ain't packed, it's not good. So yeah, Jimmy, we good to go on, and thanks for everything on the information, man.
No problem, man. No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right.
I mean, hopefully next time I see you in person, I can give you a daps. Big up.
All right. So take care.
You see them guys, man. Yell up them guys for me.
All right. Well, they watch you. They're gonna watch you, and they're gonna big comments. They want to know what midget. See if you could get maybe Biden or one of them guys. If you could get Jimmy, you probably could get Biden or one of these guys now, boy.
And tell the guy who said XYZ, you know where to go. You know.
All right. Okay. All right. Take care.
Take care of yourself.
Say hi to Colleen for me too.
I will, man. You take care.
All right.
All right.